Everyone. Happy Tuesday. It just occurred to me, well, a few things just occurred to me. First of all, I need to find another time and other locales to post these videos to you because I only ever seem to be able to do so at night when I get home from work and I'm lying in bed not doing very much else. And secondly, I've been thinking that perhaps this should have been the first video because I've never really told you very much about myself or uh, my intention with regard to this new video blog, YouTube channel, and all of it. So here goes. Anyway, I'm Sean Forbes. I'm a lawyer slash banker slash writer from Nassau, Bahamas, where I currently live. And I've decided to, just step out of my box a bit and take a different approach to the way I use social media and the way that I allow social media to work for me. One of the things that a friend suggested a number of, more than a number of months ago, but probably a couple of years ago now, is that I start doing a bit of a reality show because she thought that I'm just I might be crazy enough to pull it off, and so that's something that's resounded with me, but that I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to. And then I've been thinking a lot as well, particularly after a conversation with a very dear friend of mine about what my theme or my motto, if you can call it that, should be for this year. Because she mentioned to me that she'd been looking at some very interesting material about somebody who suggested that each of us should have a theme as we move into a new season, generally marked by the beginning of a new year. And so giving that a bit of thought, I came to the conclusion that if I were to have such a theme for 2014, it would be reinvention and second acts. Simply because over the past year or so, I've really been working on myself, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, a sort of reinvention, if you wish to call it that. And I thought that that would be a perfect way to mark my year. Reinventing, as I said earlier, the way that I use and approach social media. And second acts. Once we get to a certain age in life, a lot of us would call it middle age. Oh God, I hate to use that term. But whatever we call it, we tend to start looking at things differently. People become a bit more philosophical about life, their approach to certain situations. People go through what they consider to be midlife crises. I prefer to call mine a second act. Not that the first act has been particularly bad. In fact, it's been quite an interesting and exciting journey so far. But as we get to the point where we approach what is very likely to be the last half of our lives, barring any incredible scientific and technological discoveries that prolong our lives while providing a particularly good quality of life, chances are, once you reach your mid 40s, you're at the stage where you're entering your second act, the last part of your life. And so I thought that I would take a completely different approach to the second act, that I would perhaps become a bit more conversant with people and with cameras and with the way that I look at myself. In the event you haven't noticed, even speaking into this camera has been a work in progress, as I'm sure it will continue to be. But by doing these blogs, I want to bring you a bit into my world. Want to let you know what makes me tick, what ticks me off. And in that process, I hope to challenge you, annoy you, amuse you, perhaps amaze you in certain ways. But at the very end of the day, my whole purpose in doing these video blogs is to engage you, to make you think about yourselves, to make you think about the world around you, and to make you think about how each of us, in our own little parts of the world, can make it a better place. So I look forward to your joining me. Oh God, brain dead. Joining me on this journey over the course of the next few months or years or however long we decide to make this last. Welcome again. Enjoy the ride. Take care.